What's up guys, Chigs here from Chigs Tech Reviews. So today I've got my hands on a new flagship smartphone by ASUS. This is the brand new Zenfone 6. Now this smartphone is priced only $499 and the specs are pretty impressive. Now as we already know, ASUS designs motherboards and they have also designed their very own board for this smartphone. Now inside the box you will find a user manual. We've got a European USB power brick. This is a fast charger and supports up to 9 volts 2 amps. You're also getting a micro USB-C charging cable, and this also comes with a pair of headphones 3.5mm, and you do get some spare ear tips to go with it. So you're also getting a clear hard case for your smartphone, and you can see the unique cutout at the top, and we'll discuss that in a bit. And last but not least, the smartphone itself. So here it is guys, brand new ASUS Zenfone 6. Now I will put the specs on the screen so you guys can have a quick read, and while you're doing that we're going to quickly check out the hard case to see how it looks. So it fits on quite nicely, and I have to say it's a nice simple case to get you started. So on the front we have a 6.4 inch IPS LCD screen with 403 pixels per inch. You have a 19.5 by 9 aspect ratio with a Full HD Plus resolution of 1080 by 2340. Now this is of course a full screen display. There is no notch, no teardrop and no hole punch camera. So you've got a full screen display, and I have to say the screen is nice and bright with decent colors and contrasts, and the viewing angles are also not bad. Now I'm also pleased to say you have Gorilla Glass 6 protection on the front, and under the hood we have the Snapdragon 855, and the base model comes with 6 gigs of RAM and 64 gigs of internal storage. There is also a dedicated micro SD card slot which allows you to expand to a further 1 terabyte. Now on the back we have dual cameras consisting of a 48 megapixel Sony IMX586 with an f1.79 aperture, and this is the same sensor you will find on the new OnePlus 7 Pro, and you also have a secondary 13 megapixel ultra wide camera. Now this smartphone is capable of shooting 4K video at 60 frames per second with optical image stabilization. Now let's talk about the front camera. Now as you can see there is no front camera. Instead you have a motorized flipping primary camera, and the motion of this camera is absolutely insane. It's very fast and smooth in operation, and I believe the internal motorized mechanism is actually made from liquid metal, which is supposed to be stronger than steel. Now I really like this concept. It means this smartphone's best camera is available on the back and on the front, along with all the features to go with it, including the ability to shoot 4K at 60 frames per second with image stabilization both on the front and on the back. Furthermore, you have dual band Wi-Fi AC with dual antennas. This is factory unlocked and will support 5G. You also have Bluetooth version 5, and this is running ZENUI version 6 on top of Android version 9 Pie. Now I actually have here the 6 gig model, and the storage information shows 128 gigs. Now this smartphone is made completely from metal with Gorilla Glass 6 protection on the front, and you have quite minimal bezels to go with it. Now this phone is 9mm thick and weighs 190 grams. Now the fingerprint sensor is located on the back. It's kind of small, but it's easy to reach, and it does unlock the smartphone super fast and accurately every single time. Now you do also have face unlock, which I'm about to demonstrate. Instant. See how fast that was? Let's do it again. Instant. So I do like how quickly the camera opens and how quickly it can detect your face. And at the bottom of the smartphone we have a headphone jack, USB Type C port, microphone and single loudspeaker. And on the side we have a power button, volume rocker, a dedicated Google Assistant button which is customizable so you can open any app you like. And at the top we have another microphone and another single loudspeaker. So we do have dual stereo speakers. And on this side we have a triple hybrid SIM card tray. So what that means is you can insert 2 nano SIM cards and a micro SD card up to 1 terabyte at the same time. So let's see how this device handles Full HD streaming and gaming, beginning with YouTube, and you can stream a maximum of 1080p at 60 frames per second with HDR. So let's see what it looks like. Wow, that looks insane.
anything to get out of DC for a while. Mike, I'm selecting you for Secret Service.
Mothers need time to learn. This facility was designed to give humanity a second chance.
Now, one thing I do have to mention straight away is the sound quality is absolutely insane, very loud and crystal clear. So very impressed so far with the multimedia streaming capabilities of this smartphone. So let's move on quickly to the gaming test and see what this can do. So you can play PUBG Mobile on the highest graphical settings. So now we're going to play some music and test out the sound quality. Furthermore, this smartphone has a 5000 mAh battery, which is enough to get you through 2 days of usage. So moving on to the camera, we have a 48 megapixel camera on the back, and you can see the resolutions on the side. You can shoot up to 4K at 60 frames per second, and you have the option to choose your encoding from H.264 or H.265. And here's something interesting, you can choose the flip camera sound. So this is what it's defaulted on. So let's try the sci-fi. Let's try dynamic. And the default one. Yeah, the default one wins it for me. So it's nice that you can change the sound effect, but if you prefer, you can totally switch off the sounds. You can just have it silent. And this is what the motor sounds like. So here are all your camera modes. You have time lapse. So you can do slow motion, and here are the resolutions supported. Now we've got motion tracking, so you can track an object and that object will be tracked no matter where it goes on that screen. You've got video mode, photo mode, portrait, panorama. Now this is something that has to be tested. So we're going to shoot a quick panoramic image and you'll see how it works. So you can see the camera is actually moving by itself and it's doing the whole room, and there you can see the camera flip back up, and that is it. I'll show you what that looks like. So starting at the table, we're going towards the side and straight to the ceiling. Now the old way to do it would be to move the camera manually, whereas with this smartphone you can see the camera is moving by itself, and as it moves it's taking all the images automatically. So a very new way of doing things, and I have to say it's so damn convenient. Now you've got night mode, and finally you've got your pro mode. Now I will be doing a full camera comparison very soon. Meanwhile, here are a few samples for you guys to check out. Now for you advanced users, this phone supports Google Widevine Level 1, and here is CPU-Z giving you lots of detailed information on the system specs, and you do not have root access from default. And in the GPS test, I was able to obtain a fix quite quickly, and this test was run indoors. Furthermore, in the Wi-Fi speed test, we got download speeds of 70 and upload speeds of 19 megabits per second. And the top speeds we are currently achieving is between 67 to 70 megabits per second. So that brings us to our benchmarks, beginning with Geekbench multi-score of 11,185. And in the Antutu benchmark test, we achieved a total score of 362K. So let's see how that compares with the others. So here is my top performing smartphone chart of 2019, showing you all the latest smartphones and seeing how they compare with each other. And as you can see, the new Zenfone 6 has taken position 6 on this chart with a benchmark score of 362K. Now you can view the full versions of all my charts online at chixtech.com and read them at your leisure. So there you have it guys, that was the new ASUS Zenfone 6. And here are my thoughts on this device. This smartphone is currently selling for $499, making it a direct challenger to the new OnePlus 7 Pro. And for this price, you are definitely getting your money's worth. Now the Snapdragon 855 is blazing fast. ZENUI 6 based on Android 9 is great, gives you a nearly stock-like experience. You have a full screen display with no notch or other interferences. Multimedia looks very nice on that Full HD Plus display. Gaming performance was outstanding, and you have a super fast fingerprint and face unlock. The motorized flip camera is simply genius, and I just can't get enough of it, and I really do enjoy using it. You do have high quality stereo loudspeakers. The cameras are also superb. You can shoot 4K at 60 frames per second with image stabilization. Both photo and video quality is outstanding. Now Wi-Fi speeds are blazing fast, as you have dual band Wi-Fi AC, but you also got dual antennas. Now the motorized camera is out of this world, and you do have NFC along with reverse charging, which can be done with USB Type C to Type C cable. Bottom line, this flagship smartphone is around half the price than other top flagships, yet it gives you enough innovation and technology to call it super bang for your buck. Now this device has nearly all you could ask for except wireless charging, IP rating and an AMOLED or OLED display. And with that being said, I will leave the links in the description so you guys can check this product out. Meanwhile, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a brilliant day. See you in the next one guys.